Welcome, beautiful souls. My name is Mother Mara, and this is Mother Mara's Magic Minute. If you're returning, thank you for walking this path with me again. And if this is your first time here, I want you to know that this space was created with love, intention, and curiosity. Sometimes this podcast is about finding magic in the everyday. Sometimes it feels heavy as we honor grief, faith, or the messy truth of healing, which is never a straight line. Sometimes it's about exploring the spiritual, the metaphysical, the unusual, or the supernatural. Other times it's fun, lighthearted, or even scientific. Sometimes we'll have guests, sometimes it'll just be you and me. But always at its heart, this podcast is about the journey, the chaotic, beautiful, unpredictable journey of being human and learning the world together. My mission is to share stories, hold space, and invite you to discover the magic that's hidden in plain sight, even when life feels impossible. So wherever you are, however you've arrived here, I welcome you into this circle. You are seen, you are valued, and you are part of this unfolding journey. Alright, so today we are going to have a fun little chit-chat with a friend of mine doing the male perspective on certain female-dominant songs in the music industry. I actually have a playlist that I like to call Woman Power. And I play it a lot, very, very frequently. It's something that really helps me just to kind of amp into my, feminine energy. A lot of times, we struggle so much in this world, especially nowadays with the current government and the climate that we're in. It can just be a struggle to feel strong. So here are some of the songs. And I'm not going to play them, obviously, because there's some copyrights. I'm not going to go through every song. But there's some that I really, really respect. What we're going to do is I'm going to name the song, and I'm going to probably pause it and let my friend here, giving the male perspective, listen to it and give his deep thoughts. And we'll kind of just discuss back and forth what we think of the song. And some of these are I would say, kind of controversial. Some of them are not real friendly towards men. I mean, that's just the reality. I think a lot of us have a right to be angry. But in a sense, I also can understand as a mother of sons how it must feel from a male perspective if you haven't been like the bad guy to hear music about men being the bad guy. So let's just kind of dive in there and see how it feels. First song, and I don't even know if I'm saying the artist name right because I literally just came across them the other day and I fell immediately in love. I'm going to go ahead and spell it, and then maybe we'll take a guess on how it's pronounced. It's Riell. And the song is I'd Rather Lose You Than My Mind. And so hold on, I'm going to pause now. And we're going to quickly listen to that. And then I'm going to see if I can figure out the pronunciation of their names so I don't pronounce it inappropriately. Alright, the pronunciation is Riell. And this song, she's talking about something I think that, at least for me, I'm very familiar with. And I know that a lot of women are. Where you kind of you end up feeling like if you stay with this person, that being with them is literally giving up parts of yourself. And every time that you let them touch you, or you let them back in, or you forgive them for an action, part of you dies. And that you love them still so much. But you have to choose, yourself over them. And I think that a lot of people struggle with that. And sometimes it's a decision that people can't make, that they don't make. So, but the way that she sings it's beautifully. There's so much depth. And her voice is it's insane. It's amazing.
That's what I was going to say, that you could really feel the passion in her voice on that song.
Yeah, and the vocal range is crazy.
Yeah, she starts out kind of at a lowered, mellow tone, and then she just goes up so high.
Yeah, I think anybody struggling in a relationship, this is a good anthem. And I don't think it's necessarily just for women. There are a lot of men stuck in bad relationships that maybe feel like they're sacrificing parts of who they are to stay there. And maybe this is their anthem as well. I don't think it's just, it's just about, how it can be to give up pieces of yourself, to stay. So I think that's kind of universal.
What I would say from a male perspective for the song, it doesn't necessarily have like a anti-men kind of message to it, or like men broke me. This feels kind of universal for all genders, everyone who's been in relationships that have been with someone who they thought is the right one, and they've been for a long time, but then they realize that they're starting to give up themselves and lose themselves and partially go crazy because they're with this person. So from a male perspective, I'd say she's not really like anti-men, but there is a very strong feminine energy in the song.
Yeah, I would agree. Alright, so the next song that I really like, and this one is probably, I would have to listen. We're going to listen to it together. It's by Aston, and it's called Middle Fingers. And I really love it. It's really sassy, but let's get to that. Alright, so like for this one, it is very sassy. It's like basically saying, I've apologized a million times, or I've heard a million apologies, I think is more the reference. But I think as women, we do tend to apologize when we don't necessarily need to be. We apologize for feelings. We apologize for having needs at all. I mean,
I'm sorry I got emotional the other day.
Right, exactly.
It's the woman having to apologize for just her natural
state of being. Exactly. And so it talks about not being the perfect wife, not wanting to have that life. And I think that I am very impressed by the younger generation. So I'm a Gen Xer. But seeing how many women and people in general who are choosing not to live by the definition that we hit a certain age and we get married and we have children, and that is life. That is everything.
That's their only purpose then.
Right, amen.
It's nice that there's some women that that's not for me.
Just all people in general. I think that if you can choose to not have to necessarily follow that path, or even follow it later in life if you do choose it. I think that my generation was taught that the end goal in life was to find a man, get married, and raise a family. And it's good to see that there's changes, that there's music representing those changes. So I love the song. I don't really know a lot by all of these artists. I know one or two songs that have just reached me through different experiences in my life. You know what I mean? They just touched me, and so here we are. Another one is are curse words okay, or do we have to? I don't know what YouTube's viewed. It's Mama Didn't Raise No, and I don't think
B. We'll just say B, just first say B.
And that's another one that's by Aston. So, or I believe that's
Aston. Yes.
Aston.
All right. Well, we'll give it a listen. We'll come back.
Okay, this one is way more sassy, and it does have some language stuff.
Oh yeah.
Which I like. I love it.
Right from the get-go, it's the big middle finger to men, and coincidentally, it was the last song, Middle Fingers, that we heard by her. So.
Yeah, and for me, it talks about Mama didn't raise, and I didn't actually have a mother, but for me, it's we're raising ourselves. I think each of us, if we didn't have a strong feminine energy when we were growing up, I think, honestly, my grandmother was. If I had to have a mom figure, but for me, the song is just about having that strength, about how generations before us didn't raise us to be weak. They wanted something more from us. And so we've got to push ourselves to break free of these stereotypes, break free from the oppressive chains that we've been under since the existence of time. So I love songs like that. Now, how do you feel?
Well, from the get-go, yeah, it's just very against men right from the get-go. So basically, yeah, we've had women's suffrage from just over 100 years ago, and now we're seeing women finally, after all this time of just, okay, well, now we can finally open bank accounts, and now we can finally get jobs to still being just a typical housewife in like the 70s and 80s and 90s. Like, we're progressively in there now. We're in this time where the newer generation of women, like the birth rates have been significantly dropping and stuff like that. So women aren't just like, oh, I'm done with high school, time to go be a mom.
Right.
Like, it's good that women are starting to take authoritative action and get into the leadership roles.
Unfortunately, it seems like our government doesn't necessarily agree with that, because they're really trying to limit like access to birth control and things like that. The things that allow women to be in the workforce, to be independent, to have careers, to not be stuck in a household.
Because without contraceptives, who to say that that woman, she got pregnant and now she has to stay home?
Well, she doesn't have to. Men should be equal partners in that, but unfortunately, we still have to raise our little boys to understand that. I think that, starting now, teaching young men what being a young man is also what it being a parent, being a co-parent, a 50% person who deals with the household, who deals 50% with everything, so that both individuals in the marriage can have a full life and a full personality and a full being outside of just being mommy or daddy, husband or wife, So yeah, I love that about that song. The next song is actually going to be very, very similar in structure. For this one I love. I don't even think we don't have to really listen to it again, because I play this one so much. It is Jack's Cinderella Snapped. And honestly, I swear to you guys, this is probably one of my favorite of all time. Just because Disney and fairy tales in general, I don't want to diss just one company, have taught generations of young girls that the end-all, be-all of everything was to find a man to love you. And that when a man loved you, everything would be perfect and everything would be wonderful. And that was the only way you could have happily ever after, is if your Prince Charming came. And I have vehemently hated that since pretty much the beginning of existence. So this song is like a big F you to that. It is amazing. I don't want to go into the lyrics because, once again, I don't want to copyright infringe, but please give it a listen, because I think every human being should hear this song.
She kind of gives me Elle King vibes. Like, her voice kind of sounds like she has a voice effect on her microphone that kind of makes it sound kind of like from like maybe like the 40s time period. It's got kind of like that like loud microphone sound effect. And Elle King is she did the X's and O's song. That's Rob Schneider's daughter from, I think,
I have mad
10
respect
years
for
ago or
her
something
as well. And
yeah. So
she
this
has
Jack
issues
person,
with her dad. So
so this Jack person, this Jack's person, she seems to be not necessarily anti-man, but just kind of like being the minority of the world and being suppressed with being who they are. So she's like, no, I'm not going to be some Disney princess. I'm not going to be waiting for some knight in shining armor to kiss me in my sleep. No, I'm not going to wait for any of that. She just goes through all of the Disney princesses for, I believe, the most part, most of them. She mentions them, like, and
don't mind the lyrics, but yeah, it's really good. The next one on the list would be Go F Yourself. I love this particular song because it's by an AI group. The artist is
Machina,
Machina Aeon is very open about the fact that they are an AI artist. So I love it. They have a lot of badass songs, like a lot of different genres, a lot of really badass songs. But Go After Yourself, I mean, obviously, you can kind of get it. It's basically talking about, like, just being tired of getting screwed over by this guy and, moving on with your life and being like, just get out of my life, go after yourself. And it's just really, I really like it. And, I don't know how they do the voices and stuff, but, I mean, my opinion is AI is a tool like anything else, and it's going to be part of the future, whether we are super into it or super not. It doesn't matter. It's going to be like calculators. I'm sure there were a lot of mathematicians that were like, fuck calculators. Sorry, they exist. We all use them. Eventually AI is going to be the same way. We just have to adapt.
AI is basically like the 2020s version of like calculators from like the 90s or something.
Probably like the 70s. I don't know when we were bitching about calculators. We were bitching about computers in the 90s.
That's right, yeah. 90s were basically the computer age coming in.
Everything is... We complain about every single thing that ever
people
happens.
saying back in the day, like, how, don't get into computers, they'll never take off, it's just a stupid idea. And then look at where we are now, our entire life is computers.
DVDs were never going to work because they scratch too easily. Yeah. They're never going to last.
And now everyone's connected, so... It just shows that computers are definitely taking off way fast, and the AI is obviously here, and it came here fast, and it's just getting better and better really fast.
I'm trying to continue to go through this list here. There's some that are very, very important to me. Okay, and here's one, and it's by CeCe, and it's called Delilah, and it's a call from London, and it's basically like
it's like, hey there, Delilah.
But it's a girl version.
Play my tease.
It's really good.
From a girl's perspective, basically.
And basically, for me, this is like talking about a narcissist relationship where this guy is continuously telling the same story to different women. Nothing is new. It's this continuous lie, and that all his words seem pretty, but they're lies. And it's like from one woman to another saying, hey, I know that you're in love with him right now, and you probably think I'm dumb or I'm a bad person, because in those relationships they vilify their exes. It's everybody else's fault. It's never theirs. So it's like this: the ex calling the new one and saying, "I know what you're going through, and I'm sorry you're having to deal with this." Because I believe that in those kind of relationships, the women tend to blame each other, when really we have to look at the culprit. We have to support each other. We can't be going at each other. So I really love that song. I'm not sure that men would like it particularly, but for me, I really like it.
Yeah, to me, it's basically like with Hey There, Delilah, the original song. He's from the male perspective, saying like how he traveled thousands of miles to get to her and stuff like that, and then. In the female version, it's basically like, hey, I'm that girl in that song, even though she isn't actually Delilah, but she's like, hey, just to let you know that the guy who wrote the song, meaning like the singer from Play My Tease, but they actually have no connection.
Mm-hmm.
But she had to obviously have gotten approval from the band for basically covering their song. But her point of view is the female point of view, just basically saying, yeah, don't go. She's telling a different girl that the guy who wrote the song for her also wrote it for her, and it's just this basically, trying to get out of a like narcissistic situation.
Yeah. The next song is Zandi, Holup, and it's called "Go Find Less." And I think I said her name right. Zandi, not Sandy.
Zandi, yeah.
Zandi,
Holup.
Sorry about that.
That's a strange name.
I love this song. I love this song. I love this artist. I don't really know much else by them, but they're like in a field and there's flowers, and it's very like folky. I think she has a guitar, and it's really, really a good song. It's basically talking about how this man wants the perfect girl, wants a girl that's not that doesn't get mad, that has a smile when she's not feeling happy, that has no experience but seems really experienced, and that he's not okay with her because she is a strong woman. And she's like, it doesn't surprise me. Why don't you go find less? Why don't you go find somebody who's less than me because you can't handle me? It's not that I'm too much, it's that you're too little. And I love that song. And she's so young. And I really hope to God she didn't have any experiences like that led her to write it. But knowing life today, I wouldn't be surprised if she had or had not. So, but it's a really good. She reminds me of if Dolly Parton was 20 years old today. You know what I mean? That's kind of like, and I say that with the utmost respect, because Dolly Parton.
Well, that definitely sounds pretty interesting.
Dolly Parton is definitely... Do you not know it? Should we play it real quick?
Yeah, we'll give it a play real quick, and then I'll come back with my perspective.
Yeah, I was totally wrong. There's no guitar in the video.
But you were definitely right about her sounding a lot like young Dolly Parton. I heard that right from the get-go.
Yeah. She's got that kind of energy about her, you know? And, like, the music is just real good. And I don't know
And a nice folksy sound to it. And
right.
Country folky, yeah.
I don't know if she writes her own lyrics or what, but I think she's really cool. The next artist, I love just her style of music. She calls it Traumacore. And her name is, and I don't really know how to pronounce this because it's Sky and then Dxddy.
Skydxddy.
But it's not,
but she has the X instead of an A in daddy.
Right, so I don't really know if it's pronounced differently, but this song is...
it's probably definitely not pronounced Skydxddy.
It's done with Dax, and it's called Joker. And so, like...
Alright, interesting.
It's basically, like, kind of like a callback on a different song, where it's kind of like... It's basically from Harley Quinn's perspective, but she's tired of Joker, and she's, like, ready to get revenge. She's showing who he truly is, and, like, once again, it's got, like, a very narcissistic undertone, like...
Yeah, because in the Batman stuff, whenever we see Joker and Harley Quinn, she seems to be just awestruck over Joker and in love with him. So now, in this song, it seems like she's basically like, hey, this is who he actually is.
Yeah, F you.
Probably like an anti-guy. So, alright, we'll take a listen to it and I'll see how it sounds.
Okay. Can I just mention right here, and I'm not trying to be hit with the most respect ever, I am so in love. I can't breathe. Oh my gosh, that video. Her energy, it's just, she has got just this pure righteousness.
So is that one with the green hair, is that Dax or Skydxddy?
That's Skydxddy now.
Okay, so Skydxddy definitely sounds like she's been through some trauma with things. She has a very, like, pronounced anger and, like, fierceness in her voice, and I think it's cool that she,
much.
I think it's cool that she's coming off as rapping, but it's kind of like talking and telling a story. She's not really like going along with the beat necessarily, but it works. It flows good.
Yeah, she's got an insane style, and I really love a lot of her songs. Like, seriously, a lot of them are really based on like just having these bad relationships and fighting back in female power. Like, it's really fucking beautiful. All right, next one. All right, the next one is Charlotte Lawrence, and it is based on the Joker, I believe, too. It's called "Jokes on You."
Oh wow,
it's
that's
from
a good title.
Which one is it from? I don't want to play it because it's gonna.
Oh, I think YouTube does allow you to play like 10 seconds of a song.
It's from Birds of Prey, the album. So I want to
so it definitely is Harley Quinn. Okay, yeah. We'll take a listen and I'll see how it is.
All right. You know, to me, it has a very similar vein to the last song we listened to, and I really love it. The music video is, I think, more professionally made, which is nice. It has a lot of the shots from the movie. But yeah, it's a really nice song.
Yeah, I like the Harley Quinn vibes.
Next, there's a few artists that I won't go into specific songs because for me it's just about them as artists. Kesha is one that I think has a lot of fairly good women empowerment songs. Katy Perry is another one. Feel free to give your input. Also Adele and Lady Gaga they're all pretty powerful female artists who have really good messages. I also like Billie Eilish. So those are people that are on there. And Paula Cole, Sarah McLachlan, Christina Perri. The reason I'm not going into specific songs is they do have more than one song. And also Fleetwood Mac. So yeah. Let's go back into some specifics. Bands that I'm only familiar with like one or two of their songs. Like Veruca Seether is a really good one. I think you're familiar with that one. And it's more
I know
just
the band Seether. I've never heard of the song. Is called Seether.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Veruca Salt. All right. We'll check it out.
For me, Seether kind of like resonates because it feels like as women, we are told that there's certain parts of us that we should just cram back down, but they're not socially acceptable. It's not proper feminine etiquette to be wild or loud or whatever. And so these are like, all those things are the Seether. It's the things that we have to push back down to satisfy the world. So for me, that's what the song means. I really love the song. I feel like it's Seether a lot. There are times when I catch myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna calm myself. I can't be this wild lady. And I'm like, you know what, screw it. This is who I am. There is no changing it. So the world just has to deal with it. So what was your opinion on that?
I do like the guitar in the song, and yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of like anti-man or like woman empowerment messages necessarily in the words, but the song itself did scream like this is a like woman proud song.
The next one I would like to talk about is like Netta, Cuckoo, which I like a lot of Netta songs, but Cuckoo is one that's particularly good. It talks about like being in a relationship and knowing that it's like being with somebody who you know it, like logically you should be in love with this person. Everything is perfect. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. It's like on paper, absolutely everything you think it's supposed to be, but you don't feel anything. Like you're there and you're present and they're beautiful and they're giving you what you need, but you just don't feel it. And then you're acting it out. It's like you can predict, what's going to happen in the present with that person and what's going to happen in the future with that person, and it just seems kind of boring and redundant. And so I really like that. It's about being like in a cage of a relationship where you just don't feel anything at all. So it's interesting, and she's a very interesting artist, and not very many people are very familiar with her, and I absolutely adore them as an artist.
All right, let's take a listen.
And I don't know, it's kind of sad, because like you know that there's this compassion there. You can tell that she is struggling with how her actions and how her leaving will affect this person that she cares about, but just doesn't love in that way. So I don't know. I mean, I think that's a thing that people deal with, and
It sounds like she truly cares about this person, but that there's just no spark between them and no chemistry. So she, in the song, is saying how she wants to leave this relationship, but like she truly cares about the person that she's with. She doesn't want to hurt them, but that she herself just isn't really getting a vibe or a connection of true love being with this person.
I would like to mention Joan Jett also rocks.
Joan Jett is pretty angsty, yeah.
And I feel like I'm going to miss out like on so many amazing female artists.
There's probably thousands out there that
that I'm just not going to say. Like Cyndi Lauper, okay, I love her.
Cyndi Lauper's good, yeah.
Let's see. Another. Ooh. Okay, we can't skip Alanis Morissette. Obviously, you ought to know is extremely like that's one of them like older, like Seether as well was older.
Oh yeah, I know who she is. I think I may have heard You Oughta Know. I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh, it's like the most breakup anthem-y song ever in existence.
So it's perfect for this playlist.
I think I literally screamed it for like, I don't know, for a decade, on and off. Probably, I think all of us did. So it's a really good song, and it's based on like she had a relationship that went really wrong, and they broke up, and I kind of just like the person. I'm not gonna get into it, but still, this far, I still am mad at him for what he did to her. But anyway, she's just an amazing artist, and she's got so much work. And Jewel is another one that I think people do not give enough credit to. She's amazing. She's got a lot of really powerful and empowering songs. Even Avril Lavigne. I mean, like, there are so many good freaking artists. I'm going to touch on one more before we go. Okay.
Let's listen to You Oughta Know real quick, and I'll see how I feel from a man's perspective on it, because you said it's got a really, like, heavy breakup theme, so I'll see if I know it. I probably heard it before, but I'll be able to just kind of touch base on it, so here we go.
Okay, yeah, so that was it. What was your opinion?
Yeah, so I have heard this song before. It's been quite a while, so it was a good little refresher. But I liked how Alanis Morissette in this song, when she starts out, it's like she's talking to, I'm presuming, her ex at the time, and she's basically saying, I'm happy for you, but in her voice you can hear there's a distaste and just like a hate towards this guy. And then as the song progresses, she starts getting louder and louder in the voice, and then in the chorus she's like, well, I'm still alive and I'm here. I don't want to say too many words because obviously copyright, but yeah, it's a really cool song about just women.
Feminine rage, honestly.
Just women just screaming out instead of just being quiet and content.
Yeah, you can't walk away and not have there be this reminder here.
Right.
Of what has happened. Two that I want to just touch base on. I'm not even going to go into the song. I guess I can. No Roots by Alice Merton, I think is the pronunciation, is like really one of my favorite songs. It's very freeing. I like to travel. I'm a traveler. And the song is just about not being tied down to any one thing or one place. Just being able to kind of, the road is your home. And I love that. I love Lola Young's Messy. That's a really good song, and I feel like it talks about relationships and the kind of back and forth between people in a relationship. But I really have to touch, because I'm really getting tired. It's been a late night for us, so I want to kind of wrap it up. But I want to wrap it up with one of my, like, I swear if I met this person in person, I would probably cry. I would weep with joy. I'm a very spiritual person, very in tune. And this person, I feel, has an immense spiritual presence and gift. And, like, an energy that is so drawing and so truthful and so raw and so honest that it's just, she is, like, so beautiful. I'm not even sure I'm going to pronounce her name right, which is so sad because I respect her so tremendously. Sofia Isella, I believe, is how her name is pronounced. Two of the songs I really love is The Doll People and Everybody Supports Women. She's got a lot of really good stuff. But her energy is just palpable, it's unbelievable, it's intense, it's just, it's like a beacon. It's so hard to explain. As somebody who is very spiritually in tune and an extreme empath, her energy is just kind of consuming and drawing and just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I suggest, if you've never listened to her, to definitely listen to her. And that brings me to one other artist, and this person really doesn't even belong on this list because they're not really, I've been mainly talking about women empowerment and women artists. This person is not a woman artist, but this person has that kind of, that overwhelming presence, that depth of artistry that is just so profoundly drawing to me, that I have to add them to the list just as out of respect for their being such an immense presence. And that is Ren. If you've never ever heard anything by Ren, look up Ren by Ren, and it is one of the most moving songs that I think I've heard literally in the history of me hearing music. That's why, yeah, I had to add him. It's just absolutely the most intense.
It's definitely a prodigy in music, I would
right,
say.
I mean, yeah, what are your opinion on these two artists that they're... And I'm sorry, I took some, I get emotional. I get verklempt.
What's her name? Sofia Isella?
Yeah, I knew of her.
Yeah,
I know.
she has
She has
a very like, kind of like creepy, dark vibe to her in a way.
Maybe that's what I love. I don't really know.
When she actually sings, you can hear that she has like a really amazing voice. She's very talented. But like, yeah, there's a lot of sorrow and suffering in her voice.
I'm gonna look it up. She's self-taught, and I think she was a child prodigy, if I remember correctly. Now,
and then Ren is basically like the male prodigy.
Yeah, we should look up there. I don't want to overspeak because I don't know. Let me see quick facts. I'm just googling right now. Shouldn't there be like a? There should be a page.
Like a biography thing. Yeah. She's literally only 20 years old.
Yeah.
And Ren doesn't seem like he's that old
either. Early life. Okay, here we go.
That's insane.
She began playing violin when she was 3 years old, and she wrote her first song at 8. That is... Oh my goodness. That is insane. Let's see.
It's definitely rare to...
Her first extended play was I'm Not Yours, was released in 2020, and primarily consisted of songs... I don't want to read this word for word.
Oh, she
wrote when she was 14 and 15.
She wrote plays and stuff?
No, those are songs. It's called the first extended play.
It's EP, like extended play, okay.
Okay, so let me look up Ren and see when he started his career.
He's got to have started young, too.
He's 35 right now.
35, okay.
Yeah, he looks
way
younger. Yeah, I feel like
I'm 31. He looks like he's probably 24, 25. But yeah, he probably started music at like 3 or 4 years old as well. Let's see here.
Well, we don't want to assume that. I don't think everyone is like a child prodigy. That's pretty rare.
I mean, just based on the immense amount of talent and all the genre change-ups.
Okay, yeah, here he fell in love with music when he was 10.
Okay, wow, that's actually kind of later than I would have assumed.
When he was 12, he was selling homemade beats on CD. At 13, he was performing live.
He started like a little late.
He wrote at 15 and 16 Street Lights.
Oh, wow. So from 10 to 15, he goes from enjoying music to suddenly just releasing music.
And he was busking at 17. So, I mean, that is pretty young.
And it says he's from... Where's he from?
He's Welsh.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool,
That seems fitting, yeah, just being out in Wales and just performing at the street.
Yeah.
And now he's getting millions of views on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, he's an amazing artist.
It's like, what kind of... He's one of those artists where you're like, what genre is this even considered? Because he's rapping, he's doing Western, he's doing...
There's like folky...
Queen-style music, folk,
I don't even
rap.
know. I mean, it is just pure art. I mean,
a little bit like a kind of Liberace band kind of vibes, too.
He and she are literally probably... Just, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's like... It's how do you explain like Mozart to somebody who's never heard classical music? Like,
yeah,
I mean they are.
Yeah, he does have a lot of Mozart.
I don't know.
Esque.
They're pure art. So please give both of them a listen. And if you want to check out other people, that's great. We're gonna put links to the videos on our what is it, the description here. Please. Keep a listen. The next podcast is going to be completely different. Every podcast is different. Sometimes we talk about spiritual stuff. Sometimes we talk about deep stuff. Sometimes it's just me and you. Sometimes it's me with guests. It's just going to always be different. But I really want to thank you for being here. I want you to know that if you are here, there's a reason. And you are welcome and you are loved. And I look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Be blessed.